Hello, NFL fans from around the world. Welcome to Lopez Adventures and LA Rams Daily News. I got some news on Matthew Stafford and his wife's podcast about Sue. I almost said threatening, but I guess he kind of did because he told him he was going to explicit him up. But came across this information, and now I'm going to bring it to you. So here we go. The Rams may proceed to Super Bowl 56 at their own stadium if they beat San Francisco on Sunday. Los Angeles fell 13-3 to New England in Super Bowl 53 due to poor quarterback performance by Jared Goff. A year ago, the Rams traded Goff to the Lions for Stafford and 2 first-round selections. And that's supposed to cure the problem. So far, so good. We're in the conference championship, and that means a lot. And a lot of that had to do with Matthew Stafford getting us there. Matthew Stafford, he's the leader. Like Coach McVay says, that's our leader. And quarterbacks usually are the leaders of the team. They always have control of that ball. They're always touching the ball the most. And they're making things happen, putting points on the board. So far, so good. That trade has paid off. But his wife, Matthew Stafford, has a podcast. And during the game, the last game that we had, the Rams had, Matthew Stafford got sacked by Suh. And Suh got up. Well, so Matthew Stafford was falling back, and it looked like Suh was going to fall on him, but then he kind of kicked him off. Well, just you'll see the replay. You look at the film, and Suh got up and he was pissed, and he got in Matthew's face, and he was just like talking smack. Matthew Stafford's wife spoke about it on the podcast of hers. And there's some info on it, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it to you as the best I could. The former Georgia Bulldogs cheerleader and wife of Los Angeles Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford now has her own program where she talks about her famous husband's fertility, raising their 4 daughters, and partying with other celebrities. Wow, that must be an interesting podcast. It's an interesting and surprising honest glimpse to an NFL's quarterback's life behind the scenes. Kelly is Matthew Stafford's wife's name. She discusses the Rams' thrilling 30-27 win against the Buccaneers on Sunday in Tampa, Florida, to advance to the NFC title game. What a game that was. Woo, 30-27. Only like 30 seconds left in the game, and Matthew Stafford takes us to field goal range. That was awesome. Kick a field goal with 4 seconds left in the game to advance to the NFC title game. Kelly was nervous all day at Raymond James Stadium. She couldn't eat or drink until late at night and had an upset stomach for the second week in a row. But around 13:15 in the episode, she tries to understand Ndamukong Suh ranting at her husband. Suh and Stafford, the Rams' first-year quarterback, were teammates with the Detroit Lions from 2010 to 2014, with Stafford selected first overall in 2009 and Suh second. The Lions reached playoffs twice in their 5 years together before Suh went to Miami. Wow, so they got to Detroit Lions. This is interesting because Suh and Stafford got to Detroit Lions at about the same time. And they went to a couple of playoff games, or they won some championships or something together. And usually when you're on the same team, where you win championships or you win a title or you do really good on that team, you the brotherhood, the camaraderie, the close friends that you gain on that type of team is pretty like unwelding. You know, that they weld a strong friendship. So that's kind of weird that Suh came up so mad at Stafford. The way I see it, Stafford was just trying to prevent injury. But let's continue. Sunday's game saw Suh pressure Stafford on an incomplete pass attempt, and both fell to the ground. Stafford looked to force his leg into Suh to maintain a strategic distance to prevent injury to himself, to which Suh reacted angrily, pointing at Stafford and mounting an obscenity. You see, he kicked me. You see, he kicked me, Suh said, as the referee called a 15-yard penalty for taunting. Kelly stated, because we're questioning her about, because people, okay, so Kelly stated that people were questioning her about what was going on Instagram and about that play where Suh came up and was in Stafford's face pointing at him and saying something to him. So she addressed it on the podcast, and this is what she said. Not really sure why Suh doesn't like Matthew, but Suh doesn't like Matthew. And it has become this weird dynamic in the past couple of years, like Suh will come out in the media and say stuff. Whatever, it doesn't matter, even matter. It doesn't faze Matthew. It is what it is. I see Suh in his face. I look at the replay in the suite. I realize it's Suh. And I'm like, huh? This is interesting. And he's in Matthew's face saying, I'm gonna expletive you up. I'm gonna expletive you up. He was probably saying, I'm gonna F you up. Those were his words. And to be honest, if I was Matthew, I'd be like, I'm explicit terrified, because you're a monster and you could really do some harm. Obviously, when I saw that, I was like, oh, F you, Suh. Like, what is wrong? Relax, dude. It's football. And I have no idea what just triggered that. So then I asked Matthew last night, Sunday, and he was like, honestly, I don't really know what happened. I didn't really know who tackled me, but I remember getting put to the ground and someone on me and got him off me to try to get to the next play. And then Suh was in my face telling me he was going to explicit me up. And I was like laughing. What? I don't understand. He's like, who's gonna understand it? Whatever. It doesn't matter. But it infuriated me to stand up and tell someone that you're gonna explicit them up after you spent years together in an organization and did appearances together. And there were never really issues. Matthew was like, I don't know. I guess he doesn't like me. He kind of giggled about it. When I asked about it, he was like, I really have no explicit idea what this guy is doing. I don't know why he's so angry at me. I'm trying to give some grace here. This is Kelly speaking still. I'm trying to give some grace here and not get very upset about the massive man threatening my husband, she said. But at the same time, are you kidding? What are you doing? It's water under the bridge. Matthew could care less. But I just want to point out one thing. The best way to say F you to someone without having to actually say it is to throw a dime right in his face at a zero all-out blitz as he's coming for you. And you throw it right as he hits you, and it's Cooper Kupp right in the hands, and your kicker kicks a game-winning field goal. Matthew has done very good against an all-out blitz all year. So it was a very interesting call. So he saw it coming and just waited until Suh got as close as he could and just launched it right in his face. Sometimes you gotta shut them up with your playing. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. Matthew could care less, but I loved watching him throw that ball right in Suh's face. I feel like he's the only player in this league who really dislikes Matthew, and we don't know why. We legit don't know why. Now he can actually dislike him for a freaking reason. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and that's all I'm gonna say. I wish Suh the best. I really do. His family is always so kind. But come on, dude. You're real teammates at one point. That's really bothered me. I just don't get it. It disappoints me in a way with Suh. Maybe we'll figure it out. Maybe there's a reason and he'll let us know. But Matthew doesn't really seem to care. Just me, of course. That was Kelly Stafford talking about the episode. I mean, the situation, the sack where Suh on Tampa Bay, the defensive lineman, got in Matthew Stafford's face and taunted him, which resulted in a 15-yard penalty. So it's football. Football's football. Tough sport. It's probably just in the hypeness of the game. Let's go, Rams.